Welcome back, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to double your coins. So if you're new around here, drop a like down below and of course subscribe if you want to be in for the chance of winning one of 6 copies of EAFC. So all you got to do is subscribe and send proof over on Instagram, and when we hit 14,000 subs, which we're very close to, only 500 away, 6 of you will get the chance to win. So make sure to get your entries in, and as usual, if you need coins in a quicker way, well, so if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description, and let's get into it. So if you haven't got any coins, there is some things you're going to have to do every day just to build your account up and to start doing the method. So first of all, good things to check daily is your preview packs and the promo packs. So at the minute we're getting 10 coin packs quite a lot where you'll get some good fodder, and the preview packs, if you do get a good one, you could pay 7.5k maybe for a blue or for a good return, which is worth it, of course. Now of course, if you don't have any coins at all, you want to play some squad battles matches because that's going to get you some packs at the end and also some coins immediately. Same with div rivals, and if you haven't done foot champs qualifications, you always get tradable packs from those too, so that's also a good idea. When you've got a little bit of coinage, you can do the bronze pack method, which will always be linked down below to help you get some coins. I've said time and time again, the SBCs you get at the start of each icon are absolutely worth doing. You'll be able to see here, I've literally not got the bronzes. I mean, have I now? Okay, we've just got enough bronzes to complete one of these, and then I can do the silver one as well. Essentially, you put 11 bronzes and 11 silvers in to 2 SBCs, and you get 4 tradable rare gold players back. Now, I know that sounds not great, but say you do what I usually tend to do. I mean, if you go on every icon through the current SBCs, I'll show you in a moment, I've actually done every single one. And the reason being because they are so good in terms of the pack weight. If you do 10 at a time, I mean, the other day we did 10 at a time for a video and we got 2 blues. So it's a really good way of making coins. I know some of you will kind of not believe it initially because you've got to spend some coins if you don't have the players, but most of us will have some bronzes and silvers spare. But if you don't have them and you have to buy it, I can assure you it is worth doing. If you've got some spare coins lying around or you just want to make some coins, it's kind of like marquee matchups. It's one of those SBC sets where you're going to spend some coins, but you're always going to get a bit of value out of it. Now, obviously, the majority of my silvers are untradeable, so don't worry, I'm not putting any sort of rarer ones in, but we're going to open the packs in a moment, and what I will do is, of course, show you that I have been doing these across the year. You'll see that literally every icon SBC has a dent in it of usually 2. Sometimes I haven't got the bronzes, so it might only be 1, but we've absolutely run through every single one we could, just because it is a good little way to get yourself some coins back. And as I say, we've packed 2 TOTS from this so far. Now if we get like an insane TOTS card, I wouldn't, you know, count that as part of the value. That's kind of the luck of it, but lower tier special cards is what you're going to be looking at with these. So just before we open these, I will show you, if we go onto the SBC menu, I've done bits of Raul, as you can see here, bits of Perez, Carlos Alberto, Gattuso, every single one, as you can see, he's got 1 or 2 completed. So as you can see, we have been working away at it myself, and it is a method that I do kind of quite thoroughly. It's the same as bronze pack method. It's something I do whenever I have the time to do a method. So first pack, not a blue. Have we got a good return though? What we got an 83 and an 82. 83 is definitely not bad, so we can't complain about that. Next, I'd like an 84 at least. That'd be good. If we get a team of the season, that'd be icing on the cake. What we got there, not great return, but as I say, if you do 10, you're going to be looking at a really good return from those. So we're starting off with a big whammy. We've got a team of the season moments, minimum buying out of 300k, and you want to pop it onto defender. So right now on this filter, I can't believe I've almost just dropped my phone, we've got Marcus Llorente, who's the cheaper one of the 2. You're looking at 700k for him, and Varane, you're looking at near 900. But what you want to do, pop this to 7 here, and as you can see, there's nothing on the market at dead on 7. We've got a couple here, so 730 seems to be where we're looking at selling this guy. 10% of that is 75k, and we half that to get 5%. We're looking at about 40k. So you realistically need to be sniping. I would say it's 680 for this one. So it's not one you want to spend too much time on, but if you go on every now and then, do a bit of compare price, know that 680 is your mark. You're going to be making about 15k off of that. So that's kind of your minimum profit, especially at this kind of price. It is a bigger filter, and it is one that's going to be a little bit more difficult to navigate, but I would definitely suggest it's a brilliant one to be doing if you are on the higher end of coins, because those of you who are, you don't have a lot of options in terms of making a ton per card, and where someone can make a big mistake on this, you can make a huge profit. So this filter's a little bit of a gamble. We got TOTS, Brazil, Liga Santander, and Real Madrid. Now this one, of course, is Vinny, Rodrigo, and Eder Militao, but obviously majority is going to be Rodrigo and Eder Militao. If you find a Vinny, you are absolutely laughing. Now, we actually managed to find a Rodrigo a minute ago for around 1.8, so we did miss that. Obviously, I don't have the coins anyway, but it just kind of went up past my grasp. Anyway, as you can see, I mean, there you go, another one, 1.8. That is absolutely gutting. I'm looking at, what's that, about a 200k profit there. And we can't pick it up. It's annoying, but you guys can see this method is going to really work. Now we're going to pop ourselves over to team of the season moments and French. You got Fekir and then you've also got Lacroix. So quite a nice one there with the two of them. Obviously Fekir is one of the sort of dirt cheap players available in this team of the season. I don't think they gave him 5-star skills this year. Yeah, they gave him 4-star. I think that card would probably be 100k if they gave him 5-star. I think people absolutely love Fekir. It's a shame that they didn't bring back the old classic, but you're looking at about 34,000 coins for this one. So EA tax on that, it's going to be about 2k. So you realistically, you want to go down to about 31 if you can. That's 1,000 coin profit per card. Obviously, you're going to have a lot more of Fekir coming up than anyone else, but if you do find a Lacroix, you're absolutely laughing. And Fekir, as you can see, is not a difficult one to snipe. So it is definitely a good one to be popping yourselves on for a little bit of time. Just see, you know, what is out there. I think with the team of the seasons, it's best to just go through as many filters as possible, because while they're not in packs, a lot of them are going to be interchangeable, what's popular and what's going to be getting you the most coins. So it's definitely worth going through and giving it your best chance. Now we're going to do a 10 count and then we're going to move on to the Bundesliga again. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and of course the Bundesliga does have quite a few French ones, so it's not a bad idea to just have a look at what that would be looking like for us at the moment. You got Coman kind of way off in the distance in terms of price with Diaby, and then we've also of course got Kolo Muani. So to get Kolo Muani out of that filter and just have the other two boys on there, you want to put the price cap at 100,000 coins. From the looks of things, that is where he caps off. So 101k there. You've got Nkunku, obviously probably not going to be involved in this filter much, but you want to set your max price too. From the looks of things, I think Diaby is now the 400 kind of mark. Okay, Kolo Muani is 200k now. Footbin, thanks for doing your job not so well. So we're looking at, I think for Diaby, probably the 600 mark now from the looks of things. Let's have it further than that. He's gone up a bit. So you're looking at 670k just for Coman, so the cheaper of the two. So 670k, EA tax on that is going to be about 35,000 coins. So for this one, you'd want to be going down to probably here, to be honest. That's about right. You'll be making just under 10k there per card, so it's a good little spot. Obviously you got to get Kolo Muani out of it because he's just not very useful. He's not the best player, and he's way under the sort of 100k mark in terms of what he's going for. Unfortunately, I hated him in squads. Like, I did not like using him at all. I know everyone's saying that he's great. I did not have that experience with him. For me, he was absolute dirt. But I think that might have just been, I'm not going to say skill issue, but I think he just doesn't fit with my players. He was replacing Son, and that really wasn't a realistic one. And Footbin wrong with the price ranges again, but I think we've managed to get Sane out of this one. So for the cheapest player in this group, we've got Davies. So he is the absolute lowest. Now if we go for, from the looks of things, around 300. So you've got Davies at 300k. We've obviously got Coman, Kimmich, Davies. Who else is on that? Musiala. So you've got a good selection of players on this filter here. You're going to be looking, from the looks of things, to get yourself a good snipe on him. It's 285 or 280 really for the regular standard sell, maybe even 290. EA tax on that is going to be about 15k. So if you go to 270, you're looking at about a 6 or 7k profit, if that. So you might want to go a little bit lower. If you go to 265, you're guaranteeing yourself a minimum of 10k. So that might be the mark that some of you want to set yourselves to. I'm not too bothered. I don't mind getting smaller profits and just getting more of them. I have a good coin balance that I have sat behind me. Now another one you can do if you want them to be on the smaller end of things is just pop Bundesliga. If you want to pop basic on, it does get rid of Kobel, but if you do this one here, it's also going to give you a few other players. So as you can see, you've got Stoffelbeck on the bottom end and then Hoffman here as well. So if we go to about what, like 20, is that the cheapest one on the market? Maybe a little bit higher. So 29 seems to be kind of what they're going for. Realistically, we should probably go for about 27 just to get a good snipe on it. That means you can probably sell it at 30 and make a 2 point, is that 2.5? I make a 1.5k profit off of that, so that's not too bad. Worst case, if you sell it at 29, you're still making about 1,000 coins, so it's not bad at all. We're still making a good bit, and we got one at 20. Wait, I swear Frimpong is worth way more. We may have just taken a massive L, guys. How much is Frimpong worth? 156k. I mean, you can see the filter's good. That is an incredible L, though. Don't know how to take that one. How we're going to take it is we're going to go over to Netherlands and we're going to go over to Defender. What you will see on this one, you've got a nice selection of Gertruda, Frimpong, Ake. If you get rid of Gertruda, obviously Frimpong and Ake a little bit more in terms of what's there. So if you don't have the coins to do it like that, you can just click on the Gertruda one. But if you do, you can kind of level it up a bit and get rid of him. So if you go over to Footbin, Geert, I can't even say his name, man. That is... So his max, I think, is going to be 100k, but don't quote me on that. Let's have a look. Minimum 100k, Delict, Frimpong, and Ake. That's what we want to see. Nothing there. Lovely. 135, 140. So EA tax on that. If you go 140, you want to realistically be sniping about 130. 128 would probably good. Is that definitely the mark? Let's have a look. Let me just make sure. I think it is. I think 128 is actually profit there. Let's max price it just to make sure we've not been scammed. Yeah, we've been scammed. Let me just see how many there are. Because I don't know if, you know, some of you might not have been around here as long. No, the market does sometimes just simply not show you the cards that you should be seeing. So we've got to be a little bit extra careful at the minute. Make sure what we're sniping is what we think it is. Obviously, if you get a Frimpong on here, which as we saw a moment ago, is clearly very evident, people do make the mistake of dropping him quite low. That would be brilliant. But Ake on here, you're going to still be making, I think, a 10k profit, just under maybe 8 or 9k here. If you pop it down to 125, guaranteed 10k per card. We've already missed one at this price, so I think it does show it's easily doable, just not by a moron like myself. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe if you are new around here, of course, to get the chance of that game as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.